Gamers. We had a bunch of bits. I ain't talking the Twitch kind either. What is a man? A miserable pile of misery. Alright, what you got? Absolutely nothing. Huh. Cure. I need some more big tits. What you got? Dungeon map, Potato Cave. That container. Power Star. Nope. Okay. Sell. Which does remind me, we got Cold Sword Fragment, which is basically just infinite what you call it? Homeward Bones. Oh wait. Okay, that is far cheaper. But I'm definitely not buying it for that price. Okay, how's it doing? Luck and dexterity. Here, have some blueberries. Well, that's weird. X. It's greater than 6. No bones hiders. Yeah, we were running around in the poison swamp. Can get trousers. Ow. From the stone parma, right? Oh, it's a Titanite shard? It's a stone parma. This one. Yes. This. Woo! Your mother! You mind letting me roll out of that? It bent. Fire gem. Meh. Melody Trev, have a good lurk. I am still two-handing. I want one hand for the sweeping strikes. One out of rupee. Ow. Jerk. Nothing. Deep Battle Axe +3. No! No hugs. Bad. What? Rude. Could you please? Thank you. Alright. Coiled sword fragments going to make this game a lot more. It's going to be a far smoother experience, since I'd be able to just evac whenever I need to. How much does it take for me to level up? 15.7. Ooh, a tit trunk. I do like me some big titties. Who doesn't like a chunky tit? Five more, and we can get our pyromancy flame to +9. Rondo. Just remember, for every thing of censoring women in video games, I'm just going to make the female characters in Super Maskovich Land that much bigger. Like the Oblivion remastered, it completely covers up and androgenizes all the typically female presenting Daedric princes. I say female presenting because, as the lore goes, they don't really have a gender, but they do have some of them have preferred representations, but then there's like others like Boethia that can be man or woman at any point. So some of them are less consistent in that regard, and they don't have genders, they just are themselves, essentially. Like Sheogorath is almost always male, though what form he takes changes. Like, he sometimes appears as a Khajiit, sometimes he is sort of elfish, like in Oblivion. He has many forms. And like I said, Boethia has both been man and woman representing in the games. Boethia has... Boethia's interesting. I don't even remember what I was talking about. Oh yeah, the censorship in Oblivion Remastered. Like the male Daedric shrines and statues and whatnot, they are still showing off, big muscles and all that manliness. But for some reason, it's illegal to be a woman, I guess, in this day and age. Because as the saying goes, nothing says diversity and inclusion like the complete removal of women in games. Like, women want to play as hot women too. It's not just horny nerds. And as the saying goes, you don't have to be gay to appreciate a man's beauty. And the same for women. Ow. Was it you that has something? It's like, I remember one of the guys out here in the boonies had an item as well as the Ferris guys. There it is. Okay, now we just need to grab... Oh, that was just a random drop? Huh. Anyways, there's another item out here somewhere, I believe. Thought I saw one. Could just simply be the sheen. What are these little dingleberries, anyways? They remind me of tick eggs. Yeah. It's a really weird trend in double standard that's been going on with games for the past almost 10 years, but not quite. Gravelord and Pyromancer Tome, nice. Yeah, that normally gives you the Sunlit Talisman, which is Solaire's, of course. It's one of the few pieces of equipment of his that you don't get from Picklepea and Pumparum. It is, like, I do know that part of the whole censorship of women is this thing thing where it's like, stop sexualizing women. But a lot of the times, the people that bitch about it are typically talking about characters that were designed by women. And just because men find the characters attractive doesn't make it a bad thing. But people, it's like, it's in vogue to be misandrist, so... sadly. Lagan etiquette. Ooh, red ring. Let's cash in our level, shall we? Just realized I forgot to grab me a drink. BRB. And it does seem a little weird that they say that censoring women is misandrist. But it's more like, in misandry, they practice misogyny. It's really weird, and like an Ouroboros of hate. Do I have the slab? Tragic, I do not. In the way I feel, let all characters be sexy. Like, they don't have to be sexy. Like, if you want to create a modest character, go right ahead. The more variety, the better. But, like, don't attack people's pre-existing characters for your own weird agenda. It's always weird. Like, some people think it's, like, out of envy that they do it. It's like, oh, we're not desired like these fictional women, so we must destroy them. I don't know. Well, hey, we did enough damage to break his legs. Ooh, FAP 3. Basically, what I'm getting at the end of the day is let artists express themselves how they want. Some people like hot women. Some people like hot men. Some people like both. Some people like neither. But you shouldn't twist someone's stuff to suit your own thing. And that also goes for race swapping. I do not like it. Like, nowadays, April O'Neil is shown as a black woman, and it's not that I don't think that Ninja Turtle should have a black woman friend. Like, they can, but that's not April O'Neil, and it's kind of... How do I put this? The name April O'Neil insinuates that she's likely of Irish descent, which makes sense, being a New Yorker. She has red hair. It's representation of characters that don't often get represented, but because, of course, white people bad in a lot of Western media these days, they have to turn her black, I guess. And it's not like... It's like they could have made it like, I don't know, April's cousin or niece or something. And call her May O'Neil. But instead, no, she's April now, and I'm like, you could have called her anything. But you chose the thing that would obviously upset people because this is not their character that they enjoy. This is someone entirely else that's just co-opting their name and place. It's like a doppelganger, but a shitty doppelganger. But somehow they still get people to believe that they are who they are in the universe. It's really weird. But again, it's like it could have been remedied just by giving them like another name. Like they could fit the same role if they were their own character. There would still be people out there. It's like, oh, wokey and stuff. Of course they have a black person. Where's my April? But that would kind of filter out those people, whereas people that actually like their characters or like their like Irish American representation and stuff, well, they'd be able to have it. But still, it's like, this is the O'Neil for the new age. And I still think May O'Neil would be funny for a name. You know, keeping a month named person. Well, that does remind me of Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide, the one episode of that group of girls. It's like one's named April, one's named May, and the other one's named Julie. I'll let him live. And there are people like trying to hate on games like Stellar Blade just because there's a hot woman inside. And it's absolutely deranged. It's like It's like, why do you hate the female body so? Just because a man or two may get turned on by them? You hate men so much that you have to attack women just to make sure that a man can derive no pleasure from the woman? It's deranged, to put it lightly. Gunfire. Put up your feet. At the end of the day, people, don't hate each other. Be loving. If you don't like a particular person, just, as the Bible says, dust your feet off and move. Even though that's for something else entirely. I'm misquoting it. And if you're wondering what I am misquoting, it's a phrase talking about preaching to people. You spread the message. If no one wants to hear it, kick the dust off your feet and be on your way. You know, don't force yourself onto people. If they don't want to convert, they don't want to convert. Move on. Anyway. Same token. Just don't bother paying attention to people who are pitching a fit about things that really doesn't concern them. As some would call them, tourists. And that's probably a great way of representing it. Why does it force me to unlock in the oil? Anyway. Mythberry. Oh. Why are you coming for me? Get bent. Not much. Alright. It's just you find men to be the ones speaking up most about that sort of stuff, and some of them, of course, are deranged. But there are also plenty out there that have more organized discussions on the thing, but they are, of course, dismissed because A, man, B, white. That's secondary, not primary, because, of course, black men also complain. And then the women that complain are just called like things like pick-me's, and also ignored whenever they voice their concern, and are treated worse than even men do. Well, are, not do. When it comes to sort of opinions, it's really annoying and sad, and I really wish there wasn't this weird thing going on like that at this time. Or really any time, but like, it's exhausting. And it does lead to things like Trump being in power just because he's a guy telling guys, hey, you're okay, guys, vote for me. Whereas other people are like, men are a danger to society? It's really weird. There are some wacky wackos out there. Dang, they seriously didn't take a single hit? I'm about to make this a whole lot easier. Slurp. Where are all my bone shards and Estus shards? It's just not healthy to hate each other. And if you don't like something of media, then don't partake of it and don't attack the people making it. Buy my sword. It's only $22.99 plus shipping and handling. Guy's over there fighting his demons. You know. Get bent. Cool explosions, don't look at gas. We're gonna need a pinch more salt and pepper to get ourselves a level. Yeah. I guess in a long roundabout way, Meow's not fond of the culture war going on because it's bad for everyone. And it just fuels fire for both sides of an argument about it, and it's just no bueno. So we've entered the bone zone. Spooky, scary Skeleball, and shivers down your spine. Skullbone. Mommy's missile. Floating chaos. It's a cute idea of a pyromancy, but it's absolute shite. Lake and Money 93, thank you for following. You can add me on Discord if you tier 3 subscribe to me. I'll go by Crystal Lizard. It's a way to filter out the bots. Also, we're getting pretty close to 750 followers. That's pretty sweet. And you remember last time I was talking about the positives of using whips? That headless skeleton there, he's like a master parrier. And you can get parried quite a bit in this place. But because you can't parry a whip, I am in no danger of being parried. Get back up. I ain't done with you. Yes, for those watching, I get these messages quite a bit if you've not been around on Twitch. It's a current scam. They follow and then they say, "Hey, I like your stuff. Add me on Discord." So I have to say, this is probably the one with the closest name to what they actually have on Twitch to what their Discord handle is. But I ain't a stooge. Well, except for when I am. But beside those times. Was it in here? There's the... Oh yeah, it's this wall. Arts. So don't expect me to go longer than 3 hours. Because Mio's old. Can't go forever anymore. Okay, I love you, bye-bye. I am trying to get as much as I can done because having access to so much of DS3 from the gate, basically, it's gonna take me a while. Sir, that is rude. Alright, that's it. Time to get your bones slapped. Yeah, that's normal. What? Oh, it's you. One outer P. Ow. Alright. Ow! Bench. Bench. Hello, traveler. Checkpoint! Alright. Burial 1. For those rags designer, you know it. Howdy, Donkey. How you doing today? You just say, but you're still hungry? Mood. Fun fact, did you know inside that skeleton ball is a crab? No. Joik. Crab Rangoon. Howdy, Boodle. How you doing today? Wow! Boodle, thank you for your continued support.
In other news,
August Bug. I appreciate your continued support, amigo. I wish I could express it better, but I really, really do appreciate it. It helps drive me to continue streaming. Trying to motivate yourself with Dolmen. I nabbed it since it was $2. I'll probably play it after I played more Slitterhead and Tunic, as I'd like to get as much of my thoughts about those games as I can. Trying to be fancy, eh? Ow. Got him. See, here's the crab. A fearsome opponent. Betch. ₹1. The ball is back. Holy schmoly. There's a lot going on. Why did you unlock, you goom? Pick 4 skeleton wheels onto the skeleton ball that count as a car. Yes! And the Crabbo is the driver. Also slimes in here. You can just swipe them away. Like this. Power Star. Da -da 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 -da. I do say it is a little painful not having MP regen. And it's mostly because since I have no choice but to shuffle my things now, instead of letting them be in vanilla locations like I like them to be, I don't have the flasks to divvy up. I only have 5 flasks, which is just 2 more than what you start with. And typically you get let's see, using the tree jump or grinding up 20k souls at the start of the game, you can have 4 just leaving Firelink Shrine. And you get a few more just by going through Lothric High Wall. So that's a point of how the game is starving me for actually critical items right now. And the worst part is, it's not even considered important. Like, why is a fucking shield considered important, but things that actually make the game more feasible not? I don't understand the Archipelago devs. 1 penny. There you are, Sorg. Ow. Oh, you want to use your shield, eh? Don't a lot of enemies cut through shields anyways. Yes and no. Shields aren't very useful in this game, except for the double door, which is by and far one of my most favorite weapons, and probably my most enjoyable playthrough of the game, getting it notwithstanding. My thanks, and just an ember. Tragic. Like, it honestly just feels like they just kind of chose at random what counts as a progressive item and what doesn't. And it's very annoying. Like, I like the new launcher, but the cost of them completely fucking up the item balancing is what's really driving me up a wall. Because just some of the things just don't make any fucking sense. Tune spell. I want to show you guys Floating Chaos real quick. This is what it does. Astounding, isn't it? Orb. Pachoo, pachoo, pachoo. Worth it. That's what we like to call PvP skill, but people use for memes. And to nothing more. Want to see something funny? Ooga booga booga! And there he goes, to his doom. It is so consistent to clip that lizard out of bounds. It's comical. So, those who don't know, I will explain this. How Archipelago has items divvied up for importance. There are 3, sometimes 4 classes of items. There's light blue, which is considered junk, typically. There's dark blue, which is, or indigo, I guess you could say, which is stuff that's useful, but not strictly progressive, which are typically things like heart containers and stuff. Then there's purple, which is progressive, which means it progresses your ability to get through the game. So it's things like a hook shot. That would be a progressive item for Zelda games. For some reason, the game is putting things like bustles as progressive items. They don't progress anything. Would I put them as the useful class? Yes. But progressive? No. They put things like random pieces of equipment as progressive. They put Estus shards as not progressive. They put bone shards as not progressive. They put fucking not flame scrolls, just spell scrolls and tomes as progressive when those should be classified as useful. They put seed of a fucking fallen giant. Where is it? This piece of shit consumable. It does nothing of use. Here, I'll just use it right now. Congratulations! Nothing's happening. There's no progression to be had. None. But that's a progressive item in their book. Like, this is an item that I frequently forget even exists. Its only use is for PvP. We are playing offline. Obviously. So that is what is driving me up a wall about what they decided to do with this game. With the item balancing. And the thing is, that fucks up progression for everyone. Because remember, Archipelago is multi-world, multi-game. So, storyteller staff, where are you at? We're about to do the best thing. And at least they're sane enough to make actually key items, key items actually listed as progressive, because for the most part they are. Oh, basin of vows. I guess, forgive the tomes, because they do open up shop items and shop checks, but meh. Library attic. I don't remember what that is. Anyways. Do we have Loretta's bone yet? I don't think we do. This boss is funny. Yes, you can cheese Wolnir by poisoning him. He only aggroes if you actually physically strike him, or if you... Well, not physically as in, physical damage type, but, any actually impact weapon. Just doing status build-up doesn't aggro him. Or if you get too close to his main body. Now, most people will beat this boss because there's two ways. You can kill him outright, of course, but the common way is you break the bracelets on his hands. If you break all three, he instantly dies. And he has a different animation for each one, because the bracelets, what they do is it prevents them from being consumed by the abyss. So, breaking them, he gets dragged into the abyss, and that's how he dies. And he has a different animation if you just kill him outright, which is the harder way to do it, typically, unless you cheese him like I'm doing right now. you also die if your trip gets damaged. You should see the how to break your armor as fast as possible video. Is da da do ba ba da da do. Oh hey, a heart star. Cup. Cup of soup. It's Gamba time, by the way. Mimic versus Demon. Who wins? Boar boy. Steve. Damone. You've got 5 minutes. Start prediction. Put in your Gamba. I'm going to go use the can and get me some more water. Why is this health bar still on the screen? Mayest thou peace discoverest? He doesn't like the spooky bookies. You know what? We haven't got Loretta's bone, but we are getting to a point where we do need to forward Seekworth's quests. So... bam. You missed the gamba. Tragedy. Tune spell. Black flame. The power within. The trash smells like it needs to be taken out. It's probably the chicken wrapper in there. Come on, bony boys. Shit! Oh, kill! How did that not trigger the mimic? There we go. And the bony boys are chipping in. Hey, don't take your rage out on me, man. I'm not the one who spat fire on you. Alright, the Mimic won! But no one voted, so no one gets any points. Got their butts kicked by a weird treasure chest? Yeah, basically. I'm going to eat, be back. Okay, have a good boar. Wait, who voted? It doesn't tell me anyone voted. Slash production. Choose outcome. There, boy. $300 points goes to Trevelft. My health bar feels so tiny. Report. Fascinating. Report is one of the more dubious items in the game. Well, pyromancers, I should say. Can only be used on hollow-type enemies, if I remember right. Which are the mooks. Ooh, fire orb. And as much fun as it is, this graveyard dance must come to an end. We are about to exit the Bone Zone. We leave the Bone Zone. Sharp. But scratches! Skeletons mean it's Halloween. Yes, it's almost Halloween. It's time to get spooky. That's what I said on Blue Sky yesterday. But nobody agreed. Well. Go away. Okay. And we just have to head over here. Banish the Halloween skeptics. I'll banish them to the tummy. You next, gladly. And the worm is dead. Squee. All that for 10 arrows. Gulp. Fool trap. I will not lie, Lost Isolith is not one of my most favorite locations. Drake blood armor. Ow. Thought I was out of the way. Tragedy. Alright, that's all we needed to use the ballista for. Well. Let's go kill horse. Then we'll probably maybe have enough to level up. Gotcha. Q reheart. Joy pendant. Do I even have the spoils bag yet? I mean, the game still collects them, even if I don't have it. What? No, this doesn't count as a holotype enemy. He counts as a player type enemy. The Uranus guide, nice. Fallen armor. We'll pick it up. Bonfire. Let's see if we can't sell some Garbo to push us up. So we got any souls? We got them. Live a layup. Dex. Greater than 6. Spell. Orb. Cleansing Chapel. I don't even want to think about the DLC. There's that rejoice. If you're wondering why I don't really like the DLC, it's because everything does overtuned levels of damage. It really does ruin what could otherwise be fun fights. Except for Sister Freda. That's just a sucky fight no matter what. I don't like it. No, sir. Oh, there she is. Okay, if we want to get her stuff, we need to keep her alive until the end of the fight. Sir, that is rude. Hey, you got poisoned. Gosh dang. Stamp! Why did it unlock me? Oh my goodness. This is going so bad. And unfortunately I don't have Dark Orb, so I can't make this fight a lot easier. Why did you unlock again? For fuck's sake. It went out? I've never seen it go both in and out before. What the world? Seek brew. Bruh. That's it. I'm using my blessing. Are you kidding me? Oh, she's still alive! Not anymore, she ain't. Well, I guess we don't get it. Oh, that fucking sucks. And let me guess, she has an item that I needed. Because for some reason, even though I checked don't include missables, it's including missables. Because, why not? Sure. If you can't tell, I am a little irritated with them. And am very, very, very considering not having this in my pool of things next time. Because why the fuck did you ruin the items? Like, all we needed was a better launcher. And then you decided to go, yes, I am 9th level genius IQ man. I am going to put this random shield as a progressive item. I agree. Ow. By the way, if you can't tell, these floating orbs are what the one pyromancy is supposed to be emulating, but it isn't anywhere near as powerful. No idea how that didn't hit me. What was it? Oh, it's over there. No vor! So this is a vor-free zone. It's in free vor for all. But only when I'm the one doing it. And again, I wouldn't be stressing it so much if it wasn't for the fact that they just don't assign correct things to correct places. It's like a big gamble about what is what. It's frankly annoying. Meal is a stickler for consistency. Like I'm pretty sure I've said it like a million times now, but the way the logic used to be is that you basically chose what of each category you wanted to have shuffled, as well as if you wanted NPC items and Covenant items to be shuffled, and you could just say yes or no. They took that away with the current version. I do not know why. They had an option saying, do you want to shuffle missables? And I said, fuck no! Why would I want that? And yet, missables are shuffled anyways. And I will keep bitching about it, thank you. Welcome to Meowscubit stream. I love you. I complain a lot. I don't like to complain a lot, but I do. Ow. This guy hurts. I was mashing roll! hell is that? Donut pixel. So, funky mechanic in Souls games that people don't often think about. Dexterity does also boost spellcasting speed. It's a little weird how it works in Dark Souls 1. Because it's only for like the range of dexterity 30 to 45. With 45 being the cap. And before that, it barely matters. It's a little different in each game, so... It wouldn't let me move! Come on! But yeah, as we boost our dexterity to boost our whip, we're also boosting our casting speed. So that's pretty nifty. I think it's a hard cap of 45 in like each game, if I remember right. Of course, Dark Souls 2 being the odd man out, it has its own mechanics for casting speeds. I believe it matters more about agility than it does dexterity in that game. You ever think about how weapons like great swords, historically, you almost have to use them like a dance? I'm going to die and I'm not going to be happy. Ugh. Like, in video games, great swords are always like, oh, slow but powerful. You go, ugh. But in reality, uh, if you can't swing your weapon fast, then your weapon is terrible. And you should never use it. Uh, but like great swords, people, if you've seen people use a great swords, it's almost more like they're dancing with their blade to use it than it is uh, Dark Souls. In all practicality, large swords are not actually very good for combat. If I remember right, they were more used as intimidation and were favored more by people like bodyguards. And it's something you can't use, of course, in close quarters because you can't swing the thing around. You have to use other methods. Pizza Hut. So something like a dagger or a short sword is far more viable in a corridor than a great sword would ever be. Ow. Oh, almost had him. Got him! Lamau. So we have no healing items now. Except for an ember. But yeah, there's also other weapons like the Arumi that in Elden Ring it's just a whip with a funny charge R2 where it extends out straight. But in reality, an Arumi was very, very, very dangerous to use because it's a whip sword for lack of a better term, where the blade, basically, you're supposed to almost dance with it, as I stated before, about how certain weapons you basically have to dance with. Just so that if you don't miss your target, you don't have it come back and slice your head off. Bony boys. Just when you thought it was over. We're back in the bone zone. For a small reprieve, at least. Now. No juice. We need to be careful. Wow! So close! Special thanks to the critics Cold McDicks. What, in Dolman? Was it a backer name or something? In the special things pack. Huh. Ow. Sir, that is rude and inconsiderate. Can he climb? I don't think he can. And we will no longer be sniped at, which will make collecting the rest of the items in the lake easy, but it's really not necessary to go all the way up here for this. I'm sure we already have most of everything anyway. We can fight the smoldering crabs without being marked. If that's something we want to do. Is there anything we haven't collected? There's one. A Rakuri heart. It is time for crab. Attack the crab point for massive damage. HP up. Alright, you want to play like that? That's it. Fireball, motherfucker! Only two languages are English and Portuguese. Ah, yes, the essentials. Where is that stick? Excuse me, sir, you cannot kick me. I am currently interacting with an object. Ow. Now we're gonna have to go all that way to get our souls again! Man! So far! To the Shrin! It's Shrin 10! Mayest thou peace discoverest. Oh, traveler. See if we can't squeak out one more level. So, we do not need bones. We never, ever use these. Or these. Shut up. Dex. Feral 1. Ay caramba. Old King's Antechamber. I've come to punish you for your sins. And so we need to get Dark Combustion again. Attune spell, Dark Combustion. And this isn't going to be the last time we're going to need to exchange our spells in this place either. Well, that's slightly what I wanted to do. Ooh, stop breathing on me. Brush your dang teeth. Darn hobos. Stop being poor. Slurp. Delicious. I want to regain my bearings because I'm not entirely sure where the hell I am. It's been a hot minute since I've played DS3, and I do not recall the exact layout of this silly place. The interior crocodile alligator of Lost Izalith is probably the least annoying place, but you also have the least maneuverability, so it can stink a little. It's the edges where all of the bird shamans and the who's the what's-its are. And I'm already out of magic juice. Because it's like magic, magic. I'm the spiciest battle mage there ever was. Archdeacon skirt. You know what would be lovely? Estus shards or undead bone shards. At this point, mostly Estus shards. So I can have at least one Ashen Estus. As that's typically all I really ever do need, is one or two. Typically keep two in something like Elden Ring, because the amount of flask charges you have, half in co-op when you're summoned. We're back in this room. And it does round down, so having an odd amount of flasks divvied and you plan on playing online, helping other people, is a bad idea. You are putting yourselves in a deficit. So, pro tip, just try to use even numbers on your flasks. So you don't go, oh, I only ever need one blue juice refill. I'm going to put one into that and the rest into HP so I can play online for a good long time. And then you find out the hard way, oh wait, I have 0 Ashen Flasks and I can't recover any either. Looks into camera. And the soul is dark. And your feet smelly. No hugs! Big chicken. Now, the part I've been dreading for. Probably the suckiest thing about Lost Isolith are 3 particular items. Well, I guess 4 now that minor items are also shuffled into the pool, for better or worse. Hey, can you fuck off? Thank you. Now, what's these 4 particular checks that make them worse than any other check in the game? Well, I'll show you. First, we're going to need a shield, believe it or not. Puppy? Didn't spell. Flash sweet. Two of them can be obtained reasonably via this fun surprise. Entrance. Ow. Ow. Trying to remember. What? But you get the idea. Smile. I don't know why the shield trick didn't work. Where the hell does this spit me out? Oh. I'm just gonna call those souls lost. I'm just not going to bother. And now for the fun part. You unfortunately can't shield glitch your way through this area. You can try if you want, it won't work. There's 2 items. That one there, that one there. Ready? Go. Oh, this is the pull that you can shield glitch. Okay, never mind. Other way around, then. We may actually be able to reclaim our souls then. Unfairly missing it. We're going to give it a try. If we don't get it, we don't get it. It's not like we're going to lose anything more. We've already called them lost. Slurp, slurp. Wait, we did it! It fucking sucks to do, but we did it. Goodness. Shrine. Doesn't really matter. We're done here. Good spell. Da, da, da. Sure, let's go with Power Within. My Lord Wolnir. Who doesn't like to go Super Saiyan Legend? Ba 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 da da da. Da 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 da. Ba ba ba. I've got the feeling that someone wants to sell me something. Squee! Come at me, bro. Joke's on you, I'm the one who bores here. Well. No. Wait, is it already over? You got me, partner. Sparking! Literally sparking. Goodness. Ow. I know this isn't Super Cyan. It's Kaioken, obviously. There you go. Or what? He spawns at the 4th pole. Ow. 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 He vomited. And he slurped it back up. First try! 21.5. It's going to be what we're needing. And now for one of the other suckiest areas in the game. Forgot to craft the starter fire pistol. Ah. You got all achievements. Now, if anyone remembers from when I was just doing a run of DS3 forever ago, the guys in this place really fucking suck to fight. They are fast and relentless. Got a crap all armor. He didn't count the pistol you started with. Oh my goodness. Cast a light. Ow. It did say crap. Yeah. Da, 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 da. Ow. Stop spitting your loogies at me! Surprised they're not laying into me like they usually do. I wonder if report works on these guys. You know the nice thing about the whip is because it's classified as a light weapon, it uses like no stamina. So I can just keep swinging for a long time. Dun, da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 ba, ba, ba. Bow, bow, bow. Magic clutch ring. If only I did magic damage. Ooh, a divine blessing. Ow. Sarah, that is rude. Ow. Slurp. Money. Ow! Prick! Pocket me alone, pocket me alone. Touch my heart, pocket me alone, pocket me alone. Die, fiend! Tomb after marrying Anri. Heck off. Not letting Anri die. Trans whoopus. Time to cash in another level. Got 15 minutes left before I end stream. Not for the sake of me not wanting to play more, but more of because my physical being will not allow it. I will get very sick again. What do we want? Go with I don't know, man. Memes. Touch my heart, very melon, very melon. Touch my heart, very melon, very melon. A plank of fucking wood! Touch my heart, very mellow, very mellow. If you can't tell by the man-faced dogs, they were still very much in the Bloodborne mindset while making this game. You know, it is comical how out of touch Sony can be. That FromSoft considers Bloodborne a success. Sony doesn't. It's unfathomable. Like, they released Morbius twice because of internet demand. Why not release Bloodborne again? People have been wanting it. Drex. I'll always take more Ember. I have to ponder, though, is it Sony's decision or FromSoft's decision about why it's not getting like a PC port or anything? It certainly isn't Japan's studio, because Sony shut that place down for some stupid reason. Though maybe that could also be part of it, because the Japan studio is shut down. There might be more squiffy copyright, where it's like they can't just re-release it on a new platform without the consent of the people who worked on it, of course. It could also be because FromSoft doesn't really like to deal with re-releases. The games that do get re-released, like Dark Souls Remastered and whatnot, that's on somebody else, not them. Like Metal Wolf Chaos was done by, well, Chaos XD specifically, was done by Devolver with FromSoft's blessing. But maybe there's something like Sony, because they got rid of Japan Studio, they don't really have anyone on hand that knows what's going on with Bloodborne's netcoding or something. And FromSoft, being the type that just kind of wash their hands of their works and move on, they don't really care to do anything unless Sony makes it worth their while, but Sony isn't going to bother to make it worth their while. Especially since Sony, again, they expected the game to sell billions instead of the millions that it sold. Let's see. how much money did Bloodborne make? 7.5 million copies. Which you'd be absolutely disconnected from reality to think that's a failure. But that's just what Sony is. Absolutely disconnected from reality. It's why they only do movie games anymore. They don't do anything that's actually a game. The fact that Astrobot came out at all was honestly shocking. Well, that's the dark room done. What? Ow. What? What? How did that not hit you? Joik. Any souls? Ow. There you won't get me, Mr. T. I have Pokemons. Purple Ruby. I don't remember, is that one real? No, this one is. Whoopus. 20 whoopus. You know, I guess I shouldn't feel like I should be rushing through the async. It is, after all, supposed to be something done over the course of weeks and months. But I do feel, I don't know, there's an itch in my brain when I have something I can do, and if I don't do it, I feel wrong. Also, if you didn't kill the doggo up there, it jumps down here. Then you have to contend with it in knee-deep water. Ankle. Alright, keep up! Alright, keep up! I think we've procced poison 3 times in this game. And one of those times was with the help of the swampy calculus girl who died, so we don't get her prize for some reason. Which is supposed to be the spotted whip, but for some reason the spotted whip got shuffled in the pool. Even though I said, do not shuffle missable items. But you know, fuck me, I guess. But this is where we're going to be ending it today. Thank you all for coming out and hearing me bitch for another 3 hours. I hope everyone has a wonderful day. I need to deal with trash and laundry before I forget again. I think I'm going to wait until the next, well, I should say the final page of the event tome releases before I stream DVD again. I just don't have the willpower to play DVD right now. So, either tomorrow or Thursday, we will continue Dark Souls 3, more likely than not. That's all for tonight. Thank you all, love you all, peace, love, dope, see you next time.